Hello, guys. How are you? I'm here with Ribka in a new episode on AllianceX. So, how are you, Ribka?
Hi, Jean. Thank you so much. I am doing well. Recently we've gotten a lot of news in the cryptocurrency world,
Yes.
and yeah, it's it's positive, it's negative. We have those ups and downs in the crypto space. It's nice that you placed do your own research. So anything that we're saying is um, not an encouragement, but it's just our own opinion. But yeah, overall, I think the crypto space is doing great.
Yes.
Um, Pushing for more mass adoption, of course, which would be better.
We want to know who are you. So, if you tell us about yourself a little bit, please.
Yes, sure. Well, my name is obvious Ribka. Um, I'm an accountant by profession, Web2 accountant, and I am an archangel at Binance. But right now, I'm just here speaking on behalf of myself, a Ribka Bitcoiner. I am a pro maxi Bitcoiner, and I believe that Bitcoin will conquer the world in a matter of time. So that's who I am.
Thank you, Ribka. That's a good background. Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome,
Ribka,
Gene.
yeah. So, Ribka,
Yeah.
what happening with Bitcoin? So, in your country or in your crypto space, Twitter or X now. So if you talk about it, please.
Okay. So what's happening with Bitcoin? Um, I mean, what I can see in the market, it looks very bullish because we are going uptrend. Of course, this is not financial advice, but this is just something that you can see in the chart. People are getting more interested in Bitcoin, and um, if you check, uh, for example, the countries that are wanting to be more involved with Bitcoin are mostly third world countries. um,
Okay.
Bitcoin is getting more name, more popularity everywhere. And it is something good for everyone because um, financially, in the economy, you can see that we are entering a kind of a recession with the fiat market. And it's good to see that people are actually thinking a little bit more wider. And there are more people who are actually interested in Bitcoin. So I can give you an example.
Okay.
In my neighborhood, there's like a lady, she's 70 years old, and she saw me walking a few weeks ago, and she was asking me, like, hey, there's this Bitcoin you're working with. Can you tell me more? Who's the boss of Bitcoin? So you can really see that people are more interested in getting to know what is Bitcoin and how can I invest? How can I own a Bitcoin? Of course, a lot of people from the Web2 world, they don't know what Bitcoin is. So some people think, maybe there's a company and there you
Yes.
can buy a physical Bitcoin. And but it is good to see people asking questions, which means there's more interest in Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, what's happening with Bitcoin? Of course, we are upcoming year is going to be Bitcoin halving, and it's going to be very an exciting event for Bitcoiners, of course, because as a Bitcoiner, I hold my Bitcoin, and I'm not going to sell mine. So
Yes.
that's how much I believe in Bitcoin, and I really think it's needed for more people to open their eyes, to be more open minded, um, to see that you can be in control of your own finances, and um, you don't need the middleman to deal with your finances. You just need to have a Bitcoin. It's easy to send with the Lightning Network, for example. Um, I must say, I think that Switzerland, they are right now quite up front of other countries. There are more than 200 merchants that are accepting Bitcoin as a payment. So you can just send Bitcoin with the Lightning Network
Wow.
and you can have dinner. So it's quite
Yeah.
bullish.
Yeah, yes, I'm so bullish. I totally agree with you, Rika. So there have been many fundamental ons lately. For example, recently there were the last election in Argentina, and this new president has spoken positively about Bitcoin. So the past, so because and this Bitcoin did go up a little bit. These are just rumors, Rika. It's just rumors. But yes, I think the world is slowly realizing the importance of Bitcoin in the society. And maybe soon more country will start adopting Bitcoin in their operation, maybe. Yes.
I hope so. I do think that I think that is very great for Argentina to have a
Yes.
president who is standing behind
Congratulations,
Bitcoin.
Argentina.
Yay! Argentina! Yay! When Venezuela?
Please, Venezuela, I need to be president.
We need to have that too. So yeah, it is so great to see that a Latin country is another one is actually very bullish on Bitcoin. Of course, at number one we have El Salvador, who is
Yes.
going to be so ahead of a lot of other countries. I think in 10 years time frame, they have figured out how to deal with anything in the world. I really see some positive changes right now because fiat is just not stable, and we don't know what will happen. You know, it's just yeah, it's very vulnerable. Yeah, how you how you described it. It's really good to, for example, in Venezuela, in your own country, you know how things went with your local currency. Um, well, I'm from the Netherlands, so we have euro, but the euro is also not stable anymore comparing with the dollar. So whatever
Yes.
I have in euros, it's not worthy um, as much as it used to be in 5 years. It keeps dropping, and it is something. Honestly, it is something that is shocking because a lot of older people, you can, for example, your grandmother, my grandmother, my parents, my aunts, from the older generation, um, they're saving their money in the banks, but
Yes.
they don't know what's happening. You know, they don't know what is the bank doing with their money. Are they funding something else that they shouldn't be doing? Um, I don't want to dive too deep into it because I don't want to get in trouble. But you Google what banks have done with funds of customers, there is some shocking truth coming out of it. So
Yes.
I do think that it is quite dangerous to have your money in the bank. So I'm not encouraging people to go all into crypto. So please don't do that.
Okay.
But it is just something that you have to keep in mind. So, what is actually happening with your money in the bank? If you want to withdraw, can you withdraw? Because there was a country, I don't remember the name anymore, but they wanted to withdraw from the bank, from the British bank. And
Yes.
when they actually wanted to do that, the bank told them they cannot because there's a limit. And well, actually, there's no limit. They just don't have the funds to cover it up
Mhm.
because all you see in your bank account is numbers. Like, yes, you can, of course, if you have a small amount of money, um, you can easily withdraw it. But what if it's more than a few thousands? I know, for example, in my country,
Okay.
there is a maximum that we can withdraw every day. And
Wow.
I don't know if you remember, but there was a long time ago. I don't think you. But a long time ago in Greece, there was a recession that people could only withdraw 60 euros from the bank every day. And and suddenly from the 60 it dropped down to 20. So
Yes,
yeah, if you have to feed your family and you only have fiat, how are you going to help your family out? So it is something to
yes.
think
Mhm.
about. So I'm not saying go all in Bitcoin, but keep in mind, or maybe if you're just watching and you're just new in crypto, well done. This is the first step that you have been. Um, the first step, of course, is joining crypto, your own journey, but also remember that there is a very big picture behind everything.
Yes,
The very important reason why we are doing this, why Satoshi was actually making Bitcoin. There's so many valid reasons for it. So I can say that I'm a big Bitcoin maximalist.
of course. Thank you, Rika. Thank you. It's
Yeah, me
great to
too.
hear that. Thank you very much. So I think, Rika, another important point is the ETF. So this
Mhm.
topic has been trending a lot lately. So we have seen big companies trying to do their best get this approved.
Yes.
Black Rose. So yes, for example, uh, but still the USA entities are delaying. What is your opinion about it? So do you think will be approved this year, next year?
When it will be, when another ETF will be approved, that's of course something that we don't know upfront. There are currently 20 Bitcoin ETFs pending, and six of them are approved. So that is, of course, already very good. But there are some more. Of course, you just mentioned the BlackRock ETF. That one is still
Yes,
pending. So BlackRock, they have a lot of fiat, and of course, they do see that people are interested in Bitcoin. So they also want to. If you can beat them, why not join them?
yes,
Because first of all, BlackRock was against Bitcoin. They said it was a Ponzi scheme. They said it was scam. But we are now many years later, and they see that it is working, and they also would like to have a piece of the pie. So that's why I think they filled in an ETF. They also want to join, and yeah, it is still pending. The SAC, of course, they hold the power. Um, so they don't at this moment while we are talking. The ETF is not yet approved, but I strongly think that they will approve it over time.
yes,
But you know how it goes with the SAC. They still have to drag everything. They
yes,
have to so-called think about it while they already know. And
yes, yes,
in the end, they probably will approve the ETFs. Um, is the ETF important for us as Bitcoiners? No, not really. Um, so what is actually an ETF doing? An ETF is, of course, giving a portal to Web2 users, the
actually,
traditional financial users.
it's important
So
for mass
when
adoption. Yes,
Yes. So the only thing it's good for is actually mass adoption. So Web2 traditional users can actually also use Bitcoin ETFs while not even owning Bitcoin. So am I for an ETF? Not really, because you don't own a Bitcoin if you are going to trade using an ETF. But the brisk for mass adoption that you just mentioned, yes, it is good.
yes,
Um, there's a lot of liquidity, of course,
mhm,
that can flow into Bitcoin. Um, with that being said, there's also more popularity when a Bitcoin ETF is approved. It is bullish. You can always see that if an ETF is approved, that there's quite a lot of positive news
of
in the
course.
market and in the charts, of course. But yeah, let's see. what will happen? I personally think that Bitcoin is for the people and not for big institutions.
That's
Uh,
correct.
S- yeah, Satoshi did not create Bitcoin to give it to the richest of the richest. He created it for us to be free. So
Yes.
yeah, that's my opinion
Thank
about it.
Okay, Rika, thank you for your information. Thank you very much. It's great for everyone. So, Rika, in the last topics is I know that is a good topic for you. It's interesting for
Mhm.
you. It's about CBDC. So
Okay.
for people who don't know what is central bank digital currency. Maybe for some it may sound great, but now we have seen that really bad things that this can bring. So, Rika, in your journey, so your opinion, so what is that? What is your opinion about this, please?
Yeah. Thank you for the question. So, central bank digital currency is totally uh, bogus. Bogus is a nice word for, you know. So, why is it bogus? Um, Central bank digital currency is the same as fiat, but in this format, the bank can print unlimited uh, currency. So, for example, in the UK, they have a prime minister who is very active in uh, giving it an approval, the central bank digital currency. So, Great British Pound, as fiat, as in paper, um, they want to have it digital, but they
Yes.
can mint it unlimited. So, will this change uh, positive for the masses, for us, you and me, as people? It is not positive. Um, because even if all fiat will disappear in the future and we will only have digital currency, doesn't matter if it's a digital dollar, digital euro, or digital Great British Pound, they can mint it and they can mint it out of thin air. So, this is something that will not make a difference for you and me because with fiat they can print paper, but with digital currency they can mint it. So is it positive? People say that it's positive, but I don't really think that it's super positive. um, of course, when you have digital currency, there's more access in buying cryptocurrency because it's digital. It is more easier. You don't have to convert your fiat. You don't to USDT and then buy crypto. You can basically buy it right away. But
Yes.
with that being said, everything can be tracked. So this is not really. I'm not saying that I totally am um, bearish about it, but it is just not positive. I'm just giving my honest opinion about it. So a lot of people might be happy. Oh, there's the central bank digital currency. It's so nice. There's more uh, opportunity for us to get cryptocurrency. But there's a dark side of it is that they can track anything.
Yes.
And I don't really think that it's a good idea because we deserve our privacy. Um, Bitcoin is, uh, Bitcoin is, I mean, yeah, there is a blockchain. You can track everything, but there's a lot that you can do anonymous, which is also good because you have right for your own privacy. And with central bank digital currency, you don't really have that because the bank can track whatever you're doing. What are you doing? Like, for example, if you are going to buy a train ticket, they can see where you're going, and it's none of their business.
Yes.
So I'm not really bullish about it. We, of course, need to see. I like your disclaimer. It says do your own research.
Absolutely.
Uh, Absolutely. Everyone should definitely do that. Um, just because the bank is telling you to do something doesn't mean that you have to follow it up. Always think very clear what you're doing, because in the end of the day, it is your investment. It's going to be you versus you. Um, if the bank disappears with your money, the next day they just open the bank and they would just keep going and they do their work. I'm not saying they do, but they can. So always be careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rika. Thank you for your time. Thank you guys for be here with us. Rika, thanks. So I hope to see you again in another
Yeah, of
episode,
course.
another time. So
Thank you so much.
you're a great big person, so you have a lot information. It's valuable for everyone. So thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, G, for hosting, and see you on the next one.
Yes, bye.
Bye bye.